All right, we've got another Schrade. This is from their Delta class. So I've done a couple from the Alpha class. I've done some from the Beta class. And now I've got one from the Delta class. Now, I don't have all the specs because I didn't weigh it, measure it, check behind the edge. I didn't do all of that because, well, it's still in the packaging. So we're going to give you we're just going to go through it together and we will understand what this is. All right, so this is their worker bee class, the Delta class, right? They have kind of a wolf pack mentality or genre, I guess. And so you've got the Alpha class, which is, the Alpha dog, and the Beta is a little bit below that. And then now you've got the Delta class or the working class knives. I'm going to try to open this up in a way that doesn't destroy it because, well, it's just the way I want to roll with it. And I'm using the VC Edge interface because it is one of the thinnest knives behind the edge that I own. And it's very sharp. So it's going to just kind of cut this open pretty easy without cutting me open. So that's always a bonus, right? So this is the Shudder model. It is an assisted opening, and we will show you some of the dimensions right here. 3.6 inch blade, 8.1 inches overall. It's got some paperwork stuck in there because, well, didn't notice that ahead of time. And that's really about all the sizes they have on there. AUS 10, G10 scales, nitro assisted. Woohoo! So yeah, I just barely hit the flipper tab. Slightest pressure. And it does fly right open. So the opening is great. Feels pretty good in the hand. The jimping up here is pretty good. Let me get a weight for you guys really quick in my handy dandy scale that is under the table in the drawer. 4.5 ounces. It's kind of a gray. Let's just zoom in and take a close-up look at this thing. AUS 10A, probably PVD coated. Sort of a, yeah, it is a Tonto blade. Modified Tonto, maybe. And this is like a light gray G10. Steel liners, I'm guessing. Schrade on the pocket clip. Not a fan. And then just a little bit of the model name on the blade. Again, not a big fan. For me, I would get rid of Schrade and just leave the little logo at the bottom end. I'd be okay with that. Let me see how the pocket clip actually works in my jeans. And yeah, let's check it again. It works, but it's a little bit tight going into the pocket. I think that ramp here, let's take a look. See how it kind of angles downward? It kind of grabs on the pants. So this one's not so bad. Grab a pair of pliers, tweak that this way a little bit, and you'll be okay because it works well. It works really well when it's in the pocket, but getting it in, you got to kind of wiggle it a little bit to get it past that part there because the angle on that just not that great. Not a big deal. I honestly, I totally spaced. I didn't even look up what these ones cost. I meant to do that. Let's see. So it is partially serrated. Let's take a look at some of the measurements of behind the edge and a couple things like that. Just because. So behind the edge on the Tonto front edge, 0.034. And on the main cutting edge part, 0.023. Blade thickness is 0.127. Overall is 5.528. All in all, it's an all right. I mean, it's For budget price, you're good. Locks up solid. It's a liner lock. It looks like it's on nylon washers. Yes. Nylon washers. And it's spring assisted. You know, I don't really have a big problem with this. I'll check the price and put that in the comments down below after the video, just because I'm curious myself. If it's not that bad, you know, in that $50 range, it's probably a decent deal. Excuse me. But in this, you know, $50-ish range, or OS 10 isn't the best. They could have gone with OS 10A. They could have just not gone with any of that and gone with like a D2 or something like that. I'm just kind of looking on the packaging to see. So it's a black oxide finish, hollow ground, and the nitro assist. You know, spring assisted knives are cool. Check your local laws, because in California, it may fall under that automatic knife type of category in some areas. I don't think they do in California, because you have to push a button that's not attached to the blade. And yeah, that's a whole nother topic. The stupid automatic knife laws. They're ridiculous. Most of my flippers or thumb stud knives open faster with one hand than an automatic. So what is the point? Like, it's actually harder to close the automatic than it is to close a normal flipper. Like, I don't get it. I'm not sure why an automatic is not legal, but this is legal. When it opens just as, I don't know. Let's not get me started. Anyway, here's a couple size comparisons real quick with the Sharpie and with the Delica to give you guys an idea as to what it is. I think it's a cool knife. And since I had the interface out, here it is next to the interface. Totally different ballparks, totally different price ranges. This has got to be under $100. This is over $3,000. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not the smartest guy out there. What can I say? But there's nothing wrong with this. I've got budget knives. I carry a Kubi KB237 a lot. There's nothing wrong with budget knives. We had the Knife Junkie on the live stream the other night, the EDC Hour with Dirk and Alex. He just traveled to Blade Show in Atlanta, real Blade Show, and he took a Kubi with him because he was traveling, so he used my mantra and he took a Kubi. I always take a Kubi when I travel. I'm silly, and I also take other knives with me when I travel, but that's just me. Nothing wrong with budget knives. I think it's awesome. Speaking of the EDC Hour with Dirk and Alex, we are going to have the guys. I've already talked to the guys from Schrade. We're going to have them on soon. We just got to figure out the scheduling. So if you're not already subscribed to that channel, which I know you're not, I got like 6,000 subscribers here and I got 300 over there. There will be a link at the end. There's a link down below to the EDC Hour with Dirk and Alex. Please go check us out. It's every other Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific, for an hour and a half of some really great discussions. So go check us out over there. Come back for one more Schrade at this point that I have. Then I got to send these back, get more and stuff. But we're going to get Schrade on the podcast to talk about where they are, where they're going, and where they've come from, because long-term knife company. So it'll be interesting to get all the details right from them. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please go check out my Schrade playlist and the EDC Hour over there.